Well, darn it. Well, my stupid bike light is messed up. I have to get another one. Darn it, this thing's expensive. Okay, forget it. It doesn't work. Oh, darn it. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. My body's messed up. Okay, let's watch some TV or something. Oh, darn it. Simba's outside. I was watching Breakfast at Tiffany's. Simba.
A lot of hearings on the Hill today, and this one is still underway right now in Capitol Hill. The HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. testifying before the Senate Health Committee, and it's the second time that he appeared today. He was in front of the House Committee this morning. So at an earlier hearing on the House side, he was pressed on his vaccine stance, pressed on a lot of things. Also, the recent letting go of 20% of the people at the agency. Watch.
Did somebody hit Elon Musk's computer and say, okay, just make 20% cuts?
You know, I mean, I disagree with your entire characterization.
Well,
Like the recitation of a narrative that, you know, everybody knows out there, and it's the Democratic Party narrative. I don't think people should take the advice, medical advice from me.
Right, no, I got that, and I'm not asking you to give them medical advice. So would you vaccinate your child for me?
To answer that question correctly, medical seems like I'm giving advice to other people, and I don't want to be the impact.
So that's kind of what happened in there this morning. Dr. Aseem Malhotra was just announced as Chief Medical Advisor to Make America Healthy Again, or MAHA Action. It's the group that Dr. Malhotra says advises the HHS. He is a consultant cardiologist.
Hey, Daniel Berry, Sports Nuggets.
How's
it going? Hi, Simba. Let's watch some pot. My stomach's a little messed up. I think I'm gonna take a break from streaming until the weekend because it just costs too much money to buy beer and keep going. I think I'm just gonna relax. My stomach is all messed up anyways. Stupid bike light. Darn it. I think it's $70. It's fucked up.
Of course, things are very partisan in America.
Okay.
Just for the sake of really attacking President Trump and the Republicans, I don't know if it's critical anyway. But the conversations need to happen. You know, we need to heal this divide. We need to, everybody, I think, across the board wants to have the best possible health. They want to live in a society that's healthy. America's suffering very badly, like many other countries, like UK as well, where I'm from recently. And I think that, you know, this is an inevitable part of this journey. But if there's anybody that can handle this, and any person that has been picked
from the floor, she said it was quick, and he lost the color in his eyes. His eyes went black, and she told him no. She told him she didn't want to. She said she didn't even know if he heard her. He just kept going until he finished and then simply left. It was the second to last time that she had seen him in the course of their nearly 11-year relationship. But the jury's most vivid reaction, Eva, came when they were shown explicit images from some of the videos that Cassie said she was made to record of the freak-offs. There were 7 images. One juror appeared to move his neck as if taken aback. Another juror raised an eyebrow. Another appeared to shake a head. Sean Holmes wanted to see those images. He grabbed a binder that they were contained in, leaned over towards his attorney to flip through them.
Goodness, the details of all of this trial are very graphic. Coach's family is in this courtroom listening to you all. Cassie's husband is there in court as well. How are the family members reacting to hearing this?
Alex Fine, Cassie Ventura's husband, at one point just looked over at Sean Combs, seemed to glare at him when some of these explicit details come out. Other times, he doesn't even seem to acknowledge him in the courtroom, just looks straight at his wife as if to make sure she is okay. And notably today, Eva, after
Something about Diddy.
graphic testimony from Cassie Ventura about decades worth of sexual activity, Sean Combs' daughters were not here. There were fewer members of the Combs family here to support him. He interacted with them, mouths "I love you," makes the same gestures he's made for the last couple of days, but some of this testimony clearly has been too much, especially for Combs' daughters.
One of the other things we heard Cassie tell the jury was about her brief relationship with hip-hop star Kid Cudi. What did she say about that?
This is an establishment of one of the acts of the racketeering conspiracy that prosecutors have alleged.
Racketeering.
In 2011, and Cassie Ventura said she and Sean Combs were not in a good place, so she briefly began dating Kid Cudi, and said that at one point Sean Combs found out after they had a freak-off because he saw her phone, saw some emails that she had written about Kid Cudi, and he became enraged about it. And threatened at one point to blow up his car. Cassie Ventura called Combs telling her that he wanted Kid Cudi's friends to be there and watch the car blow up. And one of the racketeering conspiracy acts
I had one beer
Sean
from
Combs
last
is
night.
accused of is arson.
And we have to note here that
My stomach is
Sean
messed up.
Combs' lawyers say that he had nothing to do with that car bombing. Aaron Katursky there at the courthouse for us.
Oh.
Thank you so much for breaking this all down. And to continue with this, we bring in our ABC News lead contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer. You were also there in the courtroom again today. So tell me, what do you think of the prosecution? Are they making the link between what Cassie is saying there on the stand and the charges that Diddy is facing?
Absolutely, and they're beginning to do so. We're going to start off with that top charge of racketeering. To do a legal definition, I'll break it down in simpler terms. Racketeering is basically when two or more people conspire to commit criminal acts that in furtherance of that criminal enterprise. And so when I'm talking about the links, we hear about the criminal act that's followed by the freak-offs, the rape, the sexual assault, the videotaping, the threats of violence, is also threats of humiliation, of putting out those videos if Cassie was to say anything.
Somebody's looking
And then
better.
think about the criminal enterprise, right? Today,
He had some pasta dried up,
escorts
so.
and dancers that were hired from different states all across the country. Those are the people who are participating in the freak-offs.
Think he's
And
okay.
then we heard about some of the damage that
Hi, Skywalker. He slept with me this
that
morning.
follows, as well as Cassie, as she took the stand, she pointed to a photo, not
Simba's
just
friend.
exactly, but one of that night where they're wearing the same dress, and said,
Hi.
after one of these brutal nights, she had bruising on her right leg. And she was able
He's
to
always
point out
meowing,
on
meow,
her
meow.
cord where she believes that was bruises were. So
Hello.
the defense is definitely have their work cut out for them, because the prosecution takes strong arguments.
Yeah, and the prosecutors
Handsome.
also introduced, we heard Aaron just mention it, those explicit images of these freak-offs. Cassie's testifying they happen in multiple states and residences. What's their strategy here with all this?
So again, going back to those escorts and dancers, they were from Las Vegas, LA, Miami, New York. One of the
Hi,
main
Simba.
reasons why this is a federal case is we're talking about
He's got more energy. He's still a little weak, though.
that they themselves go to these different locations or hire these individuals to come to various locations, both domestically and internationally, to participate in these alleged freak-offs. And that's where we get a lot of the racketeering and the sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and of course that last charge on transportation to engage in prostitution.
All right, so how do you think the defense is going to counter the testimony that we've heard so far?
So an interesting thing that the defense is doing is they're trying to make a distinction between sex trafficking and domestic violence. They're saying that it is domestic violence. Sean Combs has done what Teddy Garrigo said in our opening statements, some indefensible things. But it's not this. It's not sex trafficking. And one of the things that they point at is that infamous video that we all saw, where they're looking at some of the raw footage. And they're saying that when Sean Combs did this violent assault of Cassie, they're not denying it, not denying the injuries, but instead, he was doing it to get his cell phone. Now, Cassie testified on the stand that she believes that this was her cell phone, but the way the defense is articulating this is there's violence, there was domestic abuse, there might even been rape, but it's about jealousy, infidelity, and money. It wasn't about a criminal enterprise. It wasn't about trafficking. That's the argument that they're going to make when cross-examination starts tomorrow of Cassie and going forward in this case.
Brian Buckmeyer, thank you. We'll come back to you in just a bit. Cassie Ventura today, again, as we said, detailing that alleged abuse, testifying Sean Combs turned the freak-off videos into blackmail. Combs denies the federal charges. His defense claiming his violent acts are domestic violence, as Brian just said, but not evidence of sex trafficking and racketeering. But prosecutors have said the jury will hear a similar story from another alleged victim they're calling Jane. Let's bring in Maria Cruz Melendez, a former federal prosecutor who also served as one of the lead prosecutors in the case against R. Kelly. Maria, thank you so much for being here. Let's get right to this. What's the government trying to establish here with Cassie's testimony?
Essentially, the government is trying to establish a pattern of abuse. And the reason this is important is because at the end of the day, each one of these charges will hinge on whether or not they can show that Sean Combs essentially overcame Cassandra Ventura's will. So whether or not there was coercive control that resulted in her staying in, and at the end of the day, with regard to racketeering, with regard to forced labor, sex trafficking, and even the transportation of prostitution, getting from her mouth exactly what happened to her is key. And I think at the end of the day, as previously mentioned, having other individuals who can testify to what they saw as well, and also that this type of conduct happened to other individuals, is going to be really important in establishing the pattern of racketeering that the government has alleged here.
And to that point that you just raised, Cassie testified today that she saw Diddy inflict violence on others. Why does that matter here?
The reason that's important is because of this distinction that defense counsel is trying to make at this point, that this is simply about domestic violence, that it's about what happened between Sean Combs and Cassie Ventura. But once you've brought in other victims, once you brought in the fact that violence may have been perpetrated against staff, against assistants, against other individuals who felt that they also had to assist Combs in the crimes that have been alleged by the government, then you're getting closer to establishing not only an enterprise, but that there's in fact been a pattern of racketeering.
You brought your case against R. Kelly also for racketeering and sex trafficking, so you know what it takes to go up against a powerful, wealthy defendant. What are the similarities and the differences that you see here?
Yeah, I think there are a number of similarities. At the end of the day, we have a high-profile defendant. We have that in both cases. We have a situation in which allegations included coercive control, taking individuals under their wing, using that as a form of control, physical abuse, psychological abuse, and other forms. During my opening statement in the R. Kelly case, I talked about the predator and using all those types of methods in order to control individuals. I think some of the differences, of course, that you see is that in the R. Kelly case, a number of our victims, the majority of our victims, were minors. Here you have a situation in which that's not the case, and I think that distinction can sometimes make a difference if you need to convince a jury that a successful adult woman was controlled by someone like Sean Combs. And that takes us back to this pattern, understanding all of the abuse that has been alleged and that Cassie Ventura has been testifying to, and how that overcame her will such that she was unable to leave, to say no, and in fact had to do everything that Combs told her to do.
Maria Cruz Melendez, thank you so much for being here.
He's so cute
So
because
strategy. How is
he slept with me this morning.
How does that play with the jury?
Simba, he slept with me too, and then he moved over here. So he's been kind of going to different places. Hey, Michael R.
What's the easiest way to put a spring?
Simba, he seems like he's doing better. Yesterday, the doctor called. I didn't have any pictures. Took 2 pictures. He had like 2 little pus things where his sutures are. Today they dried up. So it's a little red, but there's no pus or anything like that. Me, I'm gonna probably take a break for a couple days because I spent too much money. I'm running out of money. I wanna you know, don't want to end up broke. Just trying to conserve my money. I don't know where it all goes. I didn't look at my thing yesterday. Well, I got some beer. I got some cigarettes. I didn't buy any pot. Got a good meal. I did eat breakfast and lunch because I went to work, so it kind of adds up because, you know, everything's like 10, 15, 20 fucking dollars. And then you're all like, well, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay. I was like, well, you know, I did pretty good with one meal a day there. I don't know about 3, but if I work, I... Because you're working. It's breakfast, lunch, dinner. If you're not working, whatever.
Only the Blink app gives you great moments, which stitches together footage.
Yes, he's hearing well. So he's outside right now in front of the front door.
Get more of the story with the app that gives you more. Blink.
My body is messed up, so the more I ate, it was like, the more I have to go to the bathroom.
Welcome back to ABC News Live. We are wrapping up
So,
day 3.
I don't know if I'm ever going to go to the doctor.
For the second day in a row, the prosecution calling Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, to the stand. Emily
So this has been on here for half an hour. Let's see what else.
How frequently did Sean put his hands on you during freak-offs? Ventura responding, too frequently, a lot. Brian Buckmeyer joins me now again alongside fellow ABC News legal contributor Bernardo Diaz.
That's enough of that.
Way the procedures underlying those 2 elections was
The president did something with China. I think it's 10 to 30% tariffs, which is, I think the Wall Street, I have no idea, went like this and like made some money. I'm not an investor, but I like to invest in an ounce of pot. A pound would be nice, but I don't have any money. An ounce? I don't have that much money either.
Democratic National Committee, Malcolm Kenyatta joins me now. Malcolm, it's great to have you at the table. Thanks so much for coming in. When I said you're implicated, your election as vice chair is also thrown into somewhat of we don't know because of this challenge. Hogg says it's all about trying to knock him out and his efforts to reform the party, and he's kind of a victim in all this, or implies that. I know you have some thoughts on that, please.
I don't know something about the Democratic Party.
First of all, I'm happy to be with you, but with you on the silliness of topics. I know that
So yeah, he's outside, which is good.
We're asking, genuinely asking. You know, down the street from where we are, Republicans are cutting Medicare.
Ladies out there. Sometimes Simba, for the past 2 nights, he'll sleep over there. Last night he slept over there at another chair, and he came home early last night. But the night before, he stayed out till 12. I'm so tired. That my stupid storage, my phone.
That this complaint about the procedural mechanisms of the election was filed back in February. The only reason it's being heard now is because of the due process standards that we have within the Democratic Party, where the person who filed the complaint gets an opportunity to put forward evidence, to put forward her claim. We then get 30 days to respond to her. Then there has to have a meeting set up. And so when I saw David's statement aligning this with this myth that he has been the target of, some Democratic Party smear campaign.
I don't know what this is.
It really frustrated me, and I was in a position where.
Well, who the fuck are you?
When I lean into,
Right?
feed into.
Fuck. I'm sorry. Oh, it's a rodent. A squirrel. No. Rodent. Oh, the squirrel. Santa Monica Park, because I guess they get lots of food. Oh, you made the news, Santa Monica?
They could actually be contaminating your drinking water.
Oh, they said some of those faucets are not bad. They contaminate your water. Hey, Stugatz. Happy Wednesday.
When it's finally time to upgrade your mattress, Visit Mancini Sleep World, your destination
So,
for quality sleep solutions.
just hanging out.
Explore our extensive selection of top-rated mattresses from leading brands for every sleep style and preference. Our expert staff is here to guide you every step of the way. Experience the comfort firsthand. Enjoy our free
So,
next-day delivery promise. with
like me, do not feed the cats, right? It's too late down. The same thing, they said, do not feed the squirrels, because Santa Monica, they got that bluff that goes about a mile. They said there's just a ridiculous amount of squirrels, right? Because everyone feeds them or they get food. Those squirrels have never been too friendly, so they don't come right up to you and eat out of your hand. It's a busy area, but the news, they had all these squirrels, right? Like movie stars. So this Santa Monica squirrel, on the news. And the ladies all, do not feed the squirrels. Well, even if you did feed the squirrels, he's not going to come home with you. And like this one. Simba's different. Simba was born here, so shoot. Okay, what happened? I didn't know what that was, so commercials, you know, they snip it like the news. So the girl has her hair done, she's holding her phone, she's talking to her friend says, you look just like her. And she's like, I know. And you're all like, what the fuck is that? I don't get it. So today, this commercial's been going on for a month. They have snippets of it different. It's like the same thing, but edited different. So in this commercial, hold on, let me think. Let me watch this.
You may not even be thinking about it, like the faucet in your bathroom or your kitchen or whatever, but if that's where your drinking water comes from, the wrong ones could be exposing people to unsafe levels of lead and other chemicals. One company telling NBC even plumbers can have a hard time telling high-quality faucet fixtures from the fakes.
Oh, wow.
WCWN has more in tonight's breakdown.
We got fake ones. Okay, let's...
Tonight, check your taps. Americans are buying cheap knockoff faucets online that could leach harmful chemicals and
Online
metals into
knockoff
their
faucets.
drinking water. Today, the Consumer Product Safety Commission saying it's recalling 4 Chinese faucet brands sold on Amazon.com.
4 Chinese faucet brands.
Exposure for young children.
The last thing that touches consumers' water, generally when they filter glass, is a faucet.
Aaron Boris and his product engineering team at American faucet brand Moen said they
Moen.
used cheap foreign-made faucets for sale on Amazon and paid a third-party lab to test 19 of the top-selling products. The lab found 17 of the 19 faucets exceeded national drinking water standards, 11 for lead and 15 for organic compounds, including carcinogens and a chemical used to treat lice and scabies.
Ew. Lice and scabies in your water, a medication.
Are going to be at higher risk for getting things like cancer.
Moen
So-
says an estimated 35 million cheap faucets from foreign brands were sold in the U.S. in the last 5 years, citing an industry e-commerce tool. The faucets might seem like a bargain at a price of $30,
Well.
and they look a lot like those from top American brands
Yeah.
that can go for hundreds of dollars.
Mhm.
At a Senate subcommittee hearing today, Moen asking the government to close intellectual property loopholes.
When searching for this one Moen valve on e-commerce, we found one real Moen SKU. That same search resulted in 41 counterfeit SKUs.
41
Consumers have
counterfeits.
no chance of discerning a real product from a fake, nor do the most experienced plumbers.
Counterfeiting is bad for your business, but you're saying it's also bad for consumer health.
Absolutely. They are exposing the American consumer to health and safety concerns.
So lead
Amazon
exposure
has not
through your
responded to
faucet.
our
I'm not
request
sure
for
why.
comment. The companies selling the recalled faucets couldn't immediately be reached. The government saying in its recalls that consumers should immediately stop using those faucets, adding that until they're replaced, people should only drink from them after running the water for 15 seconds.
We need to ban people who can't, meet our safety standards.
Senator Tammy Duckworth has raised safety concerns.
The American consumer is going to know that they need to stop using all of these faucets that they may have bought on these websites.
So very interesting.
On knockoff faucets and warning consumers.
So
So I have to tell you, Vicky, when I heard you were doing the story, I was
they
like,
don't tell you how
so
it happens,
it's of
like,
all the things I think about
you
that I
know,
need to
scientifically
do about
engineering
my
them.
house, I don't know if the faucet
But
is on the list.
they sell these faucets online, Amazon.
So what are people?
It's
what are people
$30.
supposed to do
It
about
looks
this?
like a
Right, that was my first
$200
question.
faucet,
35
okay?
million bogus faucets
They
being,
said
you know, sold, and then
that
potentially being
they
injected
have
chemicals and lead into my drinking water.
approximately 40 to
Here's the
50
first thing. Buy, if you are one of
knockoffs,
those doing a DIY,
different companies
renovating your
from
house,
China.
buy from a reputable
They only
company.
stop
We say that
4.
when it comes to clothes and all kinds of other products. Well, with
And
faucets, it's
for
very
some
different.
reason,
The materials
those
that are made of.
faucets
The other thing
don't
you can do, this is a little trickier, looking for
qualify
certifications,
for
but as we said, even
safe.
plumbers
They
can't always tell.
taint the
So
water,
here
or
are some
I have
red
no
flags.
idea.
Too good to be true prices. If
You
you
know.
are looking at a faucet that looks just like a brand name, but for some reason it's a fraction of the cost, that's usually a sign you're cutting corners.
So the guy
Finally,
came
if you're
up
not
with
sure,
this
let's say you're
one
renting, you
plumbing
can't, like,
fixture.
replace the
It
faucet.
goes
It's expensive.
in the wall.
That's right. That's
Right?
an easy solve. I mean, this idea of too good to be true prices.
He's got the real one from the Moen, I didn't know, inspection, whatever, better quality, whatever. It's supposed to be brass. He has another one, it's a knockoff. He's all like, on the internet, I forget how many he bought. He said out of all the faucets, we could find one real one on the internet. He said all the other ones, same thing, close to 50, were all knockoffs. He said even a professional plumber cannot tell the difference, right? So who knows? It's like a hit or miss, catch or release. It's like,
Solar flare so far this year, causing some huge comms blackouts.
oh, the solar flare.
This could be just the beginning.
So just kind of interesting, you know. It's like one person tells you one thing, the other one tells you another thing. But if it hits the news, then for the most part, it, you know, you would think that, yeah. It's a new Nissan Frontier. It looks nice. Yeah, cheers. Watching the news.
And the V6 powered Nissan Frontier. From our U.S. factories to your driveway.
Oh, that looks like a nice, that looks like a little mid-sized truck. But it looks nice. She got some nice cleats. She's a soccer player. They eat that. They eat those protein shakes. I don't eat that stuff. So Simba, it was wet. It dried up. So you got no swelling. He's healing. He's you know, it takes a couple weeks, so he's not climbing trees. He's jumping chairs, believe it or not. So he could jump on a chair with 3 legs. So he did it about 4 times yesterday, so he could do it. I hate to laugh, but when he got home from surgery, it was that day or the next day, he tried to jump in on this chair, and then the chair got cushioned. So he went like this. He went, and then he bounced back, and he's all like this. And I couldn't help but laugh. I thought it was so cute. Good thing his thing didn't rip open and his guts fall out or something, but it was like, it was cute. I actually got a kick out of it. I was laughing my ass off, okay? Oh, Simba, you getting up? He always stretches. You know how they do on Halloween, where his butt goes up or his back? Are you a camel? Are you related to a camel?
Good to have you with us. I am Joe Fryer.
I'm Savannah Sellers. Thanks so much for being here. New developments in the ongoing trade war between the United States and its closest trading partners.
The latest brutal weather that's impacting tens of millions of
I think we still have a little bit of weather from Texas, Wyoming,
Why would it be so difficult to make?
all the way up to Ohio, I think, New York.
Sounding the alarm on obesity. What are the factors behind it?
Astronauts
astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams are waking up Earthside for the first time in 9 months.
Morning News Now, streaming weekdays at 7.
To tonight's original now with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching. And tonight it's these huge solar flares spinning off in just the last day, messing with the Earth's atmosphere and radio waves.
Really?
Happening at levels that are very rare, according to experts. And this may only be the beginning. Here's NBC's Marissa Parr.
Almost 94 million miles from Earth, a powerful light show.
94 million miles from Earth. That's how far the sun is.
Solar flares so far this year, but issues coming up back on Earth. Shortwave radio blackouts have been reported on 5 different continents. A NOAA forecaster says the flare today occurred as the sun was over the Middle East, adding to the disruptions.
So there's an 11-year solar cycle, and right now we're kind of at the peak of one of those cycles of activity.
Scientists say the geomagnetic storms are caused by massive flares of plasma from the sun, specifically sunspots.
The X-rays that are coming out of those flares are actually striking a layer of our Earth's atmosphere that we bounce radio waves off of. And it's actually deforming that layer and causing a lot of disruptions.
Smaller flares happen regularly, but when they get strong enough, they can light up the sky in the form of aurora borealis in select corners of the world.
This is actually so sick.
Sometimes outbursts, turning skies pink and green further south
Oh,
than
wow.
usual, bringing a light show to lucky
You see the light,
residents in
the
places like
flash
Chicago,
in the sky.
Pennsylvania, even as far as Alabama, the same time
Alabama?
last year. Scientists say the sun reached its solar maximum last year.
Maybe the world's gonna go through a different cycle. Then what are you gonna do?
Of charged particles, the flares can also disrupt cell phone service, GPS, and satellite communications. They can even wipe out power grids. And in space, they can actually put spacecrafts and astronauts at risk. All of it causing a firestorm online.
As we just had a powerful X2.7 solar flare.
Nobody's talking about what these solar flares are really doing to your energy.
As for that major blackout in Spain and Portugal a few weeks
I don't
ago,
feel any
grounded
difference.
planes and disrupted hospital operations, Spain now launching an investigation, but so far, nothing to indicate solar flares are to blame, despite viral speculation. And at the center of all the activity in the last 24 hours, the
Mama
sunspot
Crow.
known as AR4087, currently not directed at our planet, but rotating towards it, meaning the Earth might be out of the line of fire, but not for long.
Marissa Parra is joining us now. I mean, who knew, right? Could this thing get bigger? Like, could this explode more in the days to come?
Well, Hallie, let me explain this. So this, what we saw just now with AR4,
Right on, Stugatz. Happy Wednesday.
And by the way,
Maxed out.
rarely powerful storm. You can see the categories. This was the most strong type of solar flare. But here's the thing, this was not even Earth directed. So Hallie, this rotation is going to continue so that AR4087 is Earth directed with the next coming days. So even if it's not as strong in the X category, Hallie, it could still have a major
Well, now I'm
impact
thirsty.
for us down here on Earth that's tracking with the next few
I gotta
days,
find my
days 16 and
drills.
17. So
I don't
we'll be
understand.
here.
I don't think I would put them in another fucking
Marissa Parra, thank you very much
toolbox.
for that. Appreciate it. That does it for this hour. Thank you, as always, for watching. We've got more coverage picking up right now.
And I have a 5 amp battery, right? I have 2 5 amps. Those are the main batteries. I only have 2. I have like 3 or 4 of the small ones, the 2 amp. I have 2 new 1.3, so they're 3 amp
We're going
batteries.
to take it live outside court with what's ahead when the defense gets its turn.
We don't want to hear this.
Then extreme weather across the country only
Extreme
getting
weather.
worse tonight with more flooding turning deadly. Look at that. And extreme heat on the
Okay, do you guys want to go on a bike run? Go get a beer.
Do you love dogs? Get ready for
Cigarettes.
Unleashed by Dog TV, the ultimate channel for everyone who enough of our furry friends. From vets to trainers,
I think I'll leave it open so Simba can do whatever he wants to do.
non-stop mix of fun, entertainment, and tail-wagging happiness. Whether you're already a pet parent or dreaming of becoming one, Unleashed by Dog TV has something for everyone. It's bark-worthy entertainment for the whole pack. Unleashed by Dog TV, now available for free on Fire TV channels.
Are we stranded?
Guys, I've got AAA.
When you're a AAA member, you're covered in anyone's car. AAA, your membership to go.
Ooh, nasty.
Is it bad?
I wouldn't even worry about it because Prize Pick is hooking you up for $50 instantly when you play your first $5 round.
I think I need a second opinion.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You may not ever buy again.
Yeah.
We go get some cigarettes.
They got you when they fix it out.
Download the app and play
The Rams are chasing Mama Crow. It's cute.
Cold Team, Prize Picks, run your game. Probably should have told me when real life.
The Middle East. Almost sound native. Hold on. I gotta be staring this bike. That's why I shouldn't let anyone fuck with my bikes. Unless it's from the store. I was like, why you take it to the store, spend all that money? Well, first of all, that's why, because you put air in the tire. You couldn't even do that correctly. That's how come I take it to the bike store. That bike all week. There's no fucking lock on it.
Nice house. Nice house.
My dear fellow citizens, the path and the road is still long, and we are about to start the revolution of Syria so that we can transform Syria and make Syria a country of work and prosperity. And from here, we confirm that Syria will commit to strengthening the investment climate in Syria so that we can enable the unlocking of the capitals within Syria and outside Syria so that we can reconstruct the country together. We welcome all the investors from inside and outside the countries and from Syria, from also Turkey and all our friends.
I'll turn this off. My phone's hot.
We urge them to benefit from the different opportunities in the
Alright, so I can't see. I have been doing really good around the creek. I've been listening to country music. Stuff like that, so we let Simba stay outside. needs to be cut off. Got a row of redwood trees. There's two missing right here. Oh look, that's funny. There's not an ice cream man, but you know, they have soda pops and Mexican treats and stuff on the bike trail. You don't see those guys on the bike trail. Alright, I have no lock. See, that's why I fucking prefer to not let people touch my fucking bike. I'm not going to buy my cigarettes here. I don't know if I locked the gate. Did I lock the gate? Got to make sure I lock that gate because the wind, it's a little windy, it'll slap that gate open and close. I'll get some cigarettes, drink my beer. These guys are real bikers. Got no country music, no Van Halen, so whatever. I might shut my stream off on the way back. Because it's good therapy for me when I ride my bike and I listen to music, listen to oldies. Quiet here, they're not working today. These guys work so fast. It's quiet on the job site today, this one. Cheers, everyone. We're just taking my time. Oh, they got a kids thing, you know, one of the bounce things. They party in this warehouse. They got a DJ and they do the Mexican dancing in there. It's a little windy. My brakes, they don't really work. My front brakes, I got to get them replaced. You can hear that. That's what would bug me nuts because those brake pads would rub. Fucking drive me nuts. You can kind of hear it, so I got to get that fixed. The one place quoted me $80. I'm not going to pay $80 to get my front brakes done. I'm going to take it to the other thing. If I'm going to spend that much money, I'm going to go to NorCal. That's just too much. Hey. I don't think I locked that gate. Darn it. Little irrigation canal right here on this property. So you can tell they're going to have to, the city's going to have to come in here, clean this up. We have Berdosian's tile place right here. This is where I got one of my blades. It was 35 bucks. Skechers, I think they sold it for a ridiculous amount of money. I think it was on the news last week. Billions of dollars. Okay. Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
That noise drives me nuts. Oh, that just didn't drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to play some music so I don't have to hear that. Right all up in it. Alright. Mama Crook. Upper Georgians. They got marble slabs, so pretty. I think they're doing okay. They don't have as many as they used to. You can tell by their inventory. They said, well, that's going to be a 30% Chinese tariff. Now we need to hear some country music. Shit. The fire engine's gone. Mama Crow's over here. So see, they cut it down from here, so they still have to go all the way to the light, which is Stony Point. So here it looks a lot better. It's fire prevention. Smoke too much. I think we're gonna listen to some country music. And then I'll go by the creek, drink my beer, chill out. Here's an old Airstream on wheels. That's pretty cool. The van, Airstream van. And then here they have to do it again. So here the city needs to clear all this brush out. I have to put my cigarette out because it's summertime. Put the cigarette out, put the cigarette butt in my pocket. Thank God we don't have a $2 litter fee tax around here. Oh, we were gonna play some country music. We're gonna play some country music up here. Get my daily dose of therapy. So cheers, I like to drink my beer on the bike truck. Quiet here, they're not working today. Job site is clean as fuck, it sparkles. I spent 2 days at my job site, had a little help, but it still looks like shit. We got a green light. We're gonna have to wait for this light. It's alright, I'll switch it to country mode. Mama Crow. Hey. Look at these fuckers, fucking right in the middle of the goddamn trail. I don't know why that chaps my ass. I'm gonna fucking run right into your shit. Fucking light is fucked up. Thing costs fucking $80. Never ride like me. grandma. I would like to get new pedals for this bike. Mama Crow. Train's coming. And smoke some pot. Comes the train. Oh, Mama Duck. Oh, Mama Duck. Mama Duck. And Thumper, Thumper. A mallard and a wild duck. One Mama Duck. Alright, let's smoke some pot. Mama Duck, what are you doing? Mama Duck down here. I know you can see Mama Duck. Papa Duck. Look at your feet, they're orange. How you get orange feet? Huh? Oh, we need some country music. Shit. Mama Crow. Mama Crow's right here. Mama Duck. Mama Duck. Get this joint lighted. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, we're here at the creek. Trying to light this joint. I'm gonna have to go home. If I eat too much, I gotta use the bathroom too much. Siskel Eber. Everyone have a good day. Zorp, Michael R, Dark Star, or Apollo, Solar Vision, KS10, Sugats, maxed out. So I'm going to take a break for a couple days. I just can't afford to keep partying every day like this. So we're gonna come back on the weekend and do it up. All right. Pre-rolls were okay. I mean, my pot is just as good, but they were not bad. So everyone have a good day. We're gonna listen to country music now. All right. Cheers. We'll catch you on the weekend. All right. Hey.